much for being here with us. I think the first thing that I would like to ask you, I think that we all have lots of questions, and probably people in the audience have a lot of questions too. Thank you as well, all of you, for coming. But the first thing I'd like to ask you is a little bit about the traditional form of Burmese theater that really you and your fellows that you were working with, your fellow theater people that you were working with in the 80s in Burma, revived. And I hope I pronounce it correctly, it's called Nye.
Nye, yes.
Nye.
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 Yes.
Nye.
Nye.
Nye. So, please, just tell us a little bit about it, and maybe how your involvement also changed it in a way.
According to our Burmese traditional performance, Nye is a very significant performance in our country since 17,000 AD. So, according to that style of the performance, on the stage there were two comedians or four comedians and one dancer. They're performing on the stage. One dancer must be the girl, and the four comedians or two comedians are male. And then they make jokes. But the comedians' jokes are verbally jokes. They never use the gesture or acting. They just only make the verbal jokes. And then they got the license to criticize or to mock or to satire to the king. King always gave the free of punishment to all of the comedians. This is our old traditions. But in the 1962, military regime seized country's power. So they don't want the comedians to criticize or to mock or to satire the government. So if the comedians said one joke about the government, if comedians satire to the jokes about the government, that comedians must be punished. So this is very strange things in our country. So when I attended to the university, to the dental medicine, I'm a dentist, but I don't know about the dentist practice, because when I felt the toothache, so I went to the dental doctors and asked him to treat me, because I forgot of everything. Dental medicine works. So in our country, when I attended to the dental medicine, the University of Dental Medicine, at that time, I'm very interested in the old-fashioned type of the comedian's work. So I like to make jokes, satire to our professor or our rector or our health minister. So I got many punishments from them. So, for example, our rectors banned me not to enter examination for the 6 months. And when I satire in the jokes to the health minister, he banned me not to give my degree. Instead, I have passed the final examination, but he refused to give my degree. But after the 1 year, he gave me the degree. But I already gave up as soon as when I got that degree. I don't want to stand as a dentist, so I gave up this card. So this is my real experience. And
so you were getting in trouble right from the very beginning?
Yes, many every time when I satire the jokes to the authorities or the government person or the minister or every government higher post, when I make the jokes, the people follow, people laugh. So at that time I got the idea, about when, if I was a dentist, I have a chance to open one mouth in one time. If I was the comedian, I can open the many mouths, over 1,000, over 10,000. So I choose that option. So I stand as a comedian, but the government didn't like my jokes. For example, when I visited to some of the Delta region in our country, the government kicked out me from that Delta region. They didn't allow me to come into their township. So because they're afraid of my jokes. Because at that time, the people clapping the sound, people laughing, and people and monks, they are very much like the jokes about the satire in the government. But the military regime and the government, they didn't like me. So they sent me back to my hometown, Rangoon. At that time, they arrested me for 2 days. And they interrogated me in the police station. They told me not to make that kind of jokes. So I agreed. Okay, I don't want to make that kind of joke. But after that night, I made another kind of joke to satire to the government. So at the time, so the people, all of the people, they think I am the loudspeaker of the people. So they supported me. Actually, I didn't get the financial support from the people, but I got many encouragement from our people. So I like to stand as a public speaker for our Burmese people. So I continued to satire the government. So government arrested me for my jokes, about my jokes in 1988. So they sent me to the prison. The justice. That's all.